Elder Sage here, coming at you with a whole new video. Now today, this is week 3, and we face the Los Angeles Landorus, and I'm pretty scared of his squad. I got his team pulled up right here, and the biggest threats to me right here is his dark types, because you guys could tell, well, as you guys could see, dark types really do a lot of work to me, like considering I have Mesprit, and I don't know. I mean, they don't necessarily do that much to me, but just the mix that he have are just very scary. He got Mandibuzz, and then he got some Sableye, and those two were just like really crazy. I was just thinking the whole time, like, what if he brings both of them? If he brought both of them, like, I could really be done. Like, I have Clefable, but he also has Registeel, so I was like, if he brings Registeel and he brings Mandibuzz, it's like my life is over. It was really about to be crazy. And he got the super tank Chansey, and it's almost impossible to one-shot this, and I didn't really want to bring Medicham because I didn't really think that it could help me much, because he has Sableye, and he could easily just Will-O-Wisp me, so that was kind of a dub. So what I kind of thought he was going to bring was, I knew he was definitely going to bring Medicham, I knew he was going to definitely bring Chansey, I knew he was going to definitely bring Chinchino, and I knew he was definitely going to bring Tornadus. Now what I was unsure of was whether he was going to bring Rotom, Swampert, Sableye, and Mandibuzz. Like, I knew he was going to bring, actually I knew he was going to bring Rotom, but I definitely did not know if he was going to bring Swampert or Mandibuzz or Sableye. Those were my biggest fears. I couldn't stress that enough. Like, that was literally going to like destroy me. But essentially, I decided to pull up a different kind of team. As you guys see, last week each week I'm kind of bringing like a whole different set, a different kind of set of mons and everything. But this week I decided to be a bit more conservative, not play around too much. So I was going for the crit drug. I initially had Dragon Dance and everything, but I kind of thought that me trying to boost my speed and attack wouldn't really help me much. In case I get burned, I'll still do a lot of work, because when you crit, you don't have to worry about anything. So I had the sub up just in case he decided to pull some shenanigans. Focus energy, got the sniper and the scope lens, outrage, waterfall, and also because he had Chansey, I didn't want to be too specially offensive. So I had 4 HP just because I had max attack and then max speed. When you look at his stats, they're all kind of basic, but they're at least pretty well rounded. So I brought Ecstasy, and he was going to kind of be my win condition. Yeah, he was going to be my win con because I wanted to weaken things down to the point where I could just blaze through his mons. Max attack, Choice Scarf, and I kind of wasn't really about to waste any EVs, so I made sure I got enough EVs just so I can outspeed a Banded Chinchino, because that could really be problematic or just cause weird stuff. And I had Pinky the Mesprit. I really thought so hard about this because, for one thing, Registeel completely walls Clefable, and it walls Mesprit, and it walls Zoroark. So I was really just thinking, what movesets do I put on Mesprit, because I don't want him to completely be setup fodder. Because what if he has a Registeel that starts boosting with whatever boosting moves he has? That would be really problematic. But I decided, I was going to take the chance. I was going to Dazzling Gleam, any Sableye that tried to switch in, Future Sight, get out of there, Stealth Rock, and I tried to use the rest just in case something weird starts to happen. So I had the basic max defense, max HP, just so I could take some hits from Medicham. And then I had my African man. I was going to basically just nasty plot up. If Clefable comes in, I'm going to superpower. Anything else that comes in, I'm going to T-ball. And actually, I think I don't remember the last moves. I really don't remember the last move I had. I don't remember. But I know it was not hidden power ice. It was something else. I think it was... I completely don't remember. It was definitely not Thunder Wave. But I had something in there. Well, anyways. Then I had Clefable the Fable, Magic Guard as always. Well, not as always. I think I used Unaware before. And this time I definitely needed the Thunder Wave just for any shenanigans that happened. Heal Bell just because my team is pretty physical. So if anything, if they all get burned, like that's a wrap. So I had a little bit of a weird set for this one. I don't really like to invest too much into one stat because Clefable, you often need him to take more than like one kind of hit. So I like to have it a little bit well-rounded. And then this one was this was going to be a very tricky thing. I decided to bring Slim Shady. Now I abandoned it, which I was like really scared to do because it doesn't really have a lot of speed. But then again, if my speed was higher or lower, it wouldn't really matter because most of his mons are either not around the same speed tier or they completely outspeed it. So I was just going to try to go in and just choice band knock off, and in case Registeel or Chansey comes out, I would just trick and just run out of there. But let's just see how it performs because this match was a little bit weird. Alright, so here's the match right up here, and so he decided to bring his Sableye, his Chansey, his Medicham, his Cinccino, his Tornadus, and his Rodon. And I decided to bring, as you guys already saw, that's the squad. And I was kind of relieved he did not bring Registeel, he did not bring Mandibuzz. So that was a huge burden off my shoulder because those two were going to definitely wreck me. Well, I don't know about wreck because I was slightly prepared for it, but it was just going to be a very hard match. But yeah, so I decided straight off the bat, let me pull out Zoroark. And he brought out Sableye, and you know I got the ban, so I'm not about to stay in. Switched right out and brought in the Chansey, but he made a double switch into Clefable, which was fine. I decided I didn't really want to deal with it, so I did want to just set up my rocks and get that out the way. And as he started the shenanigans, I started my rocks. And I did have Dazzling Gleam, but I didn't want to straight up reveal that right then because I couldn't do much. So I decided make the safe switch, take the burn, hit him with a whatever comes in with a whatever. I could have switched into Thunderous, but I wasn't really feeling the risky plays. I just wanted to play completely safe. And right here we did go back and forth a lot with a whole lot of stally type stuff. Let me speed it up because nothing really happens except when he did switch right here into Sableye and I hit it with the Moonblast, which was a clutch play. I was just playing however, but I guess he thought I would switch, but I didn't. So you see he brought it back out and we decided to go back and forth. I'm here, I'm hitting it, he's hitting me. I was looking for the right chance that I could switch out into possibly Excadrill and then do some work that way and just try to Iron Head him, but when I actually did decide to switch, he decided to hit me with a Seismic Toss, which was pretty annoying. Chansey is just like really hard to take out. I just was thinking so hard in the match, how am I going to get rid of this thing? Almost impossible. But yeah, this is when I did ring out the Excadrill. And as you saw, he did hit me with a Seismic Toss, so that one was pretty much ridiculous. I did decide to still Iron Head. He brought that thing out, and the damage it did was so low. Like I'm like adamant max attack and everything, but it still did only 11%. Then again, it is for just resistant like ×4, so that makes sense. I definitely wasn't about to stay in. But then when I did that switch, that was really clutch because I did predict maybe a Will-O-Wisp, but then instead he used Trick, and I lost my Scope Lens, which would have been really bad if Excadrill lost his choice card because I really needed it for Tornadus. So that one was a clutch play on my part, even though it wasn't intended. And I decided, well, I mean, I do have Sniper, so I could just stay in and try some things. I could have set up on it, but it was whatever. had to go into my safe Chansey switch. I could have stalled out Chansey if it was just me in it. But anyways, we decided, yeah, let's go. Actually, no, it probably could have stalled me out. I don't know. But yeah, I decided I wanted to hit the Rotom regardless and like try to weaken it, but it was doing a lot of damage, so that wasn't really a good idea because you can see an overheat is coming. So I needed a safe switch for that, which was Mesprit. And then he did another trick, which was really good for me because if I lost my lefties, that would have been really bad. So he decided, I'm done, let me just overheat. I future sighted, which was clutch because if he did bring Mandibuzz, or if he brought Registeel, or if he brought what else? Anything else? I think well, don't matter, but I could have. He had a whole bunch of mons that could seriously stall out Mesprit if I only had those two moves, but I decided it was whatever. I was gonna play with it because I did need Future Sight for Medicham, and it was so funny because he did switch right here, and I hit it with a Dazzling Gleam because I thought he might switch. So I was just like, just do a safe play. And I don't know. I think he forgot that he had the Future Sight was coming, because I know he was going to try to use Sableye to soak up the Future Sight, thinking how he has Psychic moves. So that may have caught him a bit off guard, and he had to sack something off. But it would have actually been a lot better if Chansey was the one to soak that up. But anyways, I got rid of his Medicham. Chinchino came out, and right here I was thinking, yo, is it banded or is it scarfed? If it's banded, then it's going to do a lot of damage, but I could kind of manage it. But if it was scarfed, that was going to be a big problem because my Excadrill is scarfed. And I found out it was scarfed, and I was like, come on. But anyways, it does mean it does lose power because it doesn't have Technician. But anyways, I decided I wanted to get out of there, save my Excadrill for Tornadus. So brought out the Clefable as my safe play. I could have took two, but I had 2 high rolls on the first one, and on the second one I took 3 high rolls, so that was a complete doobie. So yeah, I decided to bring the Zoroark in disguise, catch him right there. He was not suspecting it. He thought he was just gonna blast me, right? I could have survived. It's funny because I could have survived a Bullet Seed on my Thunders, but I didn't really want to do that. So right here the Chansey comes again, and I'm just gonna tell you this was a bit ridiculous. I got parried. Yeah, and then this right here, I brought Thundurus out, but then he caught me because I wanted him to like soft boil, but he didn't, and then he broke my disguise, and I was like, shit. Now he knows like I'm going to try to knock off his item. If he parried me right here, that would have been really good for him, but he didn't. So anyways, at this point I was kind of defeated, I felt, because he was healing up, and like I just wasn't sure how I was going to defeat this, because Excadrill, it can do something, but I just wasn't sure how much it can do. But anyways, it was pretty clutch that I did have superpower, and it did a big chunk of damage. It would have never been possible if I didn't knock that off his Eviolite. And I decided to do it again, and I got rid of it. I was so glad, because that was just, I was tired of it. He brought out Tornadus, and right here I could have stayed in, but I didn't want to take chances again, so I decided to switch into the Kindra. And then he made the killer play, and he set up a Tailwind, and he decided to try to start a sweep, and I was really annoyed by that. But then I brought out Slim Shady, brought out the Banded Sucker Punch, got rid of that, and I got rid of this next one, or he got rid of himself. So this match, it really had me over the edge. I was so surprised how I managed to catch a W on it. But this is your boy Elder Sage, and we out.